Hello, Master Manifester. So today there's no particular topic. It's the end of the month and I just do a free day. So I think today I want to talk about manifestation and lucid dreams. You know, let's talk about it lucid and near lucid because I have different levels of lucid dreams. I lucid dream pretty frequently, a couple of times a week, if not more. I might always be near lucid in a dream. But I also have a lot of dreams about being other people, other things, animals. Last night I was a cat for a while. It's always a little bit disappointing going from a cat body back to a human body, but I love my human body. I love my human character. I love all the characters that I visit. It's amazing. But at the same time, it's almost like my brain is running these simulations, not just for the sake of fun. It is fun and it's weird and interesting. But at the same time, it's trying to allow me to have the expansion. And one of my biggest manifestations that is ongoing in the story is that I want to see how far my consciousness here in this 3D character can evolve and expand and how much I can take while still having fun and not being miserable, right? Because I really want to know, like I've always felt that way. Like I want to know so bad. What is the most that I can know? What is the most that I can understand and be aware of about myself, about this system that we live in, about other people? What can I know, right? And I think when I'm being a cat in particular, there is such a freedom of movement. It feels like you can fly. Like you can't literally, but it feels like you can. Like I would equate it to dreams I've had of flying almost, but like the big jumps, right? It feels like you can leap over buildings or something. And it's just a great feeling. But when you bring that simulated translation back into like a human body and you're trying to interpret it, that comparison factor starts coming in. And I think this is the most important thing that I get out of these experiences of being other people and other things is when I start looking at the comparison, but I can be both. Like I get to be both of the things that I'm comparing, if that makes sense. And then I get to kind of look at, okay, what's good for this character? And then I sort of don't get so caught up in my character. Does that make sense? Um, these characters feel very tight sometimes because so much of our system is automated and it takes a lot of practice and a lot of focus, a lot of brain energy. And our brains love to save energy. They will take a shortcut anywhere. Like if it's like I can lay on the couch and eat Pop-Tarts and never do anything, the brain will do that. Like it's like save energy, don't move, just breathe. Yeah. Anyway, so when I'm in these other experiences and I get like these, whether they're actual glimpses or simulated glimpses, maybe both is true. It doesn't really matter. The result is that I get a more expanded view of what other people and what other things or what other experiences might be going on within the system so that I can better perceive what my role is in the system and kind of make that part of my story. This is like, to me, this is next level manifestations because they take you out of just being one character into a multi-dimensional awareness of being so many different things and so many different possibilities. And our brains are really good at simulating this. I mean, we mostly have similar nervous systems, in mammals, in, different aspects. Now, if I have a dream of like, I remember once I had a dream about being this weird, like ball of light, but kind of mushy too. And I couldn't even make sense of it with this brain. So some things come through, some don't. But the point is that I really enjoy the variety of perspective. And I try to get that in this character, like in this Focus 3D as much as possible. What is the variety of experience? What do I feel about the values of this person? Or the automated programming, more like it's almost always automated programming. Because when you're in, being that person, right? No matter what weird crap you do, it feels totally normal. It's just like, oh yeah, this is just an everyday. Oh yeah, this is just what I do because this is a natural reaction of my system, right? And then you get to see how those natural reactions happen. So I just thought that I would share some about like the interesting dream life I have because for the past year or so, yeah, it's been about a year now, I barely had any dreams about being myself. I've had dreams about being other people and other things like sporadically pretty much my whole life. I mean, since I was about probably like 7 or so, because I've had lucid dreams since I was about 7. So even so, like the concentration of it now feels very aligned with that manifestation of expanding my awareness and expanding my perspectives. It can be a little bit uncomfortable sometimes. Some of the people I aren't, I've visited, whatever, were not great people to this perspective. And that's the thing, when it happens like that, there's something visceral, like you wake up and you're like, no, no, no. And then sometimes you're like, no, why? But it's the same thing as when you're you do these things automatically. Your brain just says, yeah, this is the right thing, and it seems to make sense at the time, but nah, it doesn't turn out like you think it will. But that's okay. You just learn to accept the lessons of those story points, right? So I hope this has given you a little inspiration about dreaming and what's possible in dreams, because if you want to have more dreams like this, tell your brain, hey, give me more simulations. Let's see what other realities look like, what it looks like through the lens of other people. You talk about literally walk a mile in somebody else's shoes, right? Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and sign up for the Method News newsletter in the description below.